We just got 39 million views by re-uploading one of our past videos on YouTube. And the good news is you can do this too. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through 3 proven strategies for finding and repurposing the best moments of your existing content library so you can 10x, 20x, or even 100x your views.
You gotta just press record.
So whether you've just posted your first video on YouTube, and if that is you, congratulations, way to go, or you've already had 100 uploads or 1,000 uploads or more, you can start implementing these 3 strategies today. They're gonna save you time, generate more views for your channel, and grow your subscriber base. So strategy 1 is going to be to identify key moments in your past content library. So you don't want to just start blindly repurposing content without having a plan. You want your repurposed content to succeed as best as it can and put it in a position to succeed. So we need to be strategic about finding the best moments. And a note here is we're not saying to identify even top performing videos necessarily, although that could be a good strategy. We are narrowing that down even further to these top performing moments. So you could have a video that didn't even do that well in terms of views, but it could have some really good moments of engagement around a certain portion of the video, and you can leverage those key moments to be a good repurpose opportunity. So here are 4 tips to identify these key moments. The first is going to be to use the YouTube Studio retention graph. So where you're going to find this is in your analytics page. Just click on any video and stay right there on that overview tab in analytics, and then scroll down to this retention graph. And what you're going to be able to see here is key moments for audience retention. And so we can see these different like peaks and valleys of the different portions of the video that are piquing the interest of our viewers. So the goal here is to just work smarter, not harder. So use what's already working in your videos. If people are watching a specific portion, right here we can see a little spike, or we can see a spike here. If they're already watching a specific portion, the successful part of that video, we often say here, success leaves clues, make part 2s. That's a successful portion where people are already engaged. They're already watching that content more than other parts of the video. So that's a great indicator to you that that portion of your video with a high peak that shows higher viewer retention is a good opportunity to repurpose that clip. Our second tip would be to leverage the YouTube progress bar's most replayed feature, and even just like the graph that's right here. So what this is going to show you is a very similar graph to what the retention graph would be inside of YouTube Studio, but you don't have to dive into YouTube Studio to see this. And a little hack here is, okay, as we can see like this most replayed section right here, there's these series of peaks and valleys all along the runtime of the video, and we can see where the most replayed sections are with that little light gray chart that sits on top of the progress bar. So what's cool about this feature is this is not limited to just your videos. You can see this on other people's content as well. So this can be a really good research tool to identify top moments in other people's videos, especially in the same niche that you might make content in. So use this as a good research tool for your own content or other people's content to identify those key moments that could be good for a repurposed clip. Our third tip is to review the comment section of every video that you post. Even if you only are getting a few comments on every video, these comments are still leaving clues about what is resonating with your viewers. So use those comment sections as a tool to find those key moments in your video that people are talking about or engaging with in the comment section. It's a very helpful tool. And our fourth tip for identifying some of these key moments are what we call trend surfing. So the best way that we can define this is finding strategic content centered around certain people, places, or events. So a very hot topic right now, it's August of 2024, is the Paris Olympics. So there's so many opportunities there to make content, but this would be the idea of like a trending event that you can make content on. If you make commentary about what's happening in the Olympics, even the pop culture references, Snoop Dogg there at the Olympics. So lots of great content opportunities with events like the Olympics. Now you could also do this with places, so physical locations, cities, destinations, tour spots, places like Disneyland. These are great options as well as people. So really famous people like celebrities, actors, athletes. And we actually have a really great case study where we leverage a combination of these methods to find a key moment in a full-length podcast episode on the Think Media podcast. So this episode was 50 minutes of strategic social media tactics with Patrick Bet-David. This full-length episode did 275,000 full-length episode views. So it absolutely crushed for our podcast channel. It's not like it's a mega viral hit with millions of views, but it's honestly one of our top performers on the Think Media podcast. And really by every available metric, it was a huge win. And we could have just stopped right there, but we did not. We found a great section where Sean and Patrick are chatting about MrBeast's channel being worth $10 to $20 billion. Actually, let's just even play the clip really quickly.
Mr. Beast recently turned down a $1 billion offer for his YouTube channel. He said maybe if it was 10 or 20 billion, I would even consider it. Do you think that he made a bad call?
Let's do some basic math. His most viewed video is 293 million views. That's the $456,000 Squid Game Super Bowl commercial. You do 30 seconds. What are you paying? $5.2 million. And Super Bowl gets roughly 100 million views. He's got total 17 billion views. 17 billion views divided by 100 million, because that's what Super Bowl claims. So that's 170 times $5 million bucks. His one channel alone has generated a minimum of $850 million, and I'm calculating only one commercial. And then added to all the other channels that he has, I think he's right. 10 to $20 billion is the right number.
Man, it's such a good clip, and I encourage you to watch the full length episode over at the Think Media podcast channel. But what's so interesting about this clip specifically is that it took over 100 days, 140 days for this clip to actually start taking off. We were under 1 million views. It was like 500,000 views at 140 days. And then this thing just absolutely exploded. So a little sub tip under the tip here, nestled way in here, is just to be patient. Let some videos ride. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for something to take off, so don't get too discouraged if your video doesn't rocket off right away. Sometimes you can do some things to re-optimize, maybe pivot the title or the thumbnail a little bit if it's not taking off. Sometimes it just takes time. So this, in our case, took 140 days for this to take off, and now this thing is absolutely skyrocketing. It's done 39.4 million views. It gained us 36,000 subscribers and almost $3,000 in ad revenue. None of these metrics that you're seeing on screen would have ever happened if we didn't identify a key moment in a video, in a long form video, and then give that video a chance to be reused in another way. We would have missed out on 36,000 subscribers, and almost 2 years later after this video is posted, it's still getting 52,000 views every 48 hours. That's over 20,000 views a day from a video that we posted 2 years ago. That's just a repurposed clip from a longer form episode. All right, this brings us to strategy number 2, which is to leverage AI. So a lot of people probably edit your videos in some sort of software like Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve or iMovie, Final Cut Pro, these different editing softwares, okay? And in order for you to go repurpose that content, you're thinking, I'm gonna have to open my editing software, locate my project file, change aspect ratios, create a new sequence from going from horizontal to vertical. This is a ton of work, and it all takes a really long time. But the good news is it actually takes a lot less time than you think to find key moments to repurpose when you use AI. So I'm gonna show you how we do it here at Think Media by leveraging the brand new Clip Anything feature from our friends at Opus Clip. If you've been following us here at Think Media for any length of time, you know we're a big fan of using Opus Clip. Well, Opus just released this new tech called Clip Anything, which, as the name implies, allows you to pretty much clip anything out of your existing content. And this got our brains stirring about how we can more quickly repurpose past content for social media. And if you want to try this out, our Think Media audience actually gets to cut the line and have early access to this feature. So just click the link down in the description below to sign up. But I want to break this down for you a little bit and show you how it works and how we leverage AI to save us time. So what I'm going to do is find a YouTube video, and this one right here I found. It's the best YouTube accessories under $50. This is a video I did that did 62,000 views in the first month, which is pretty decent for us, but it's not the best. And I still think we could squeeze out a little bit more juice from this video if we leverage it for short form platforms. So what I'm going to do is copy the link, and we're going to bring that into Opus Clip. We'll just paste that in there and hit get clips in one click. And really quickly, we'll see this interface pop up. So we'll scroll down here and change our model from Clip Basic to Clip Anything. And that's going to allow us these additional tools that lets us prompt the AI more specifically. So maybe I'll even choose informative or educational as the type of genre, because that's kind of the vibe of our video. And I've already selected a prompt that I want to paste in here, which is this: find me clips that talk about the Joby Gorilla Pod. Because when I was doing my research for the key moments that we talked about, I was looking for key moments in this video. I saw this big spike around the time that I was talking about the Joby Gorilla Pod. So we're going to use that as our prompt. And I also want to select these different presets down here. If we actually scroll over, since we're a partner with Opus Clip, there is a Think Media preset. Boom. So you can click that right there if you want our animation, like text animation style and color choices. So we're going to use that as our preset. And that's it. Now all we got to do is hit get clips in one click. So I let the AI do its thing everything and I came back to 4 shorts that Opus Clip created for me, and I didn't have to do anything other than copy in a YouTube link that was already a finished video and prompt the AI to specifically look for whatever clip I wanted it to look for, which was the Joby GorillaPod clips. And it came up with 4 ideas, and this first one is my favorite, and I'm just gonna show you this 47-second video that the AI platform made for me. I use these legs most often when vlogging. They have a perfect amount of reach for me when I extend my arm with like a 20mm or a 16mm lens to just get a really nice field of view for vlogging. I even use the legs in my studio when I don't wanna set up a full tripod. I can just throw the legs on a tabletop just like this. I love how it's changing the aspect ratio from wider to tighter shots depending on the shot selection. And this is all stuff that would take me a lot more time to do manually in post-production, or if I repurpose the video in Premiere, I'd have to go in and do all this stuff, but the AI is doing it all for me. Set up a camera and get a stationary shot ready in seconds, and I don't have to set up a full tripod. You also can add other accessories to the legs, like this $30 little ball head from Joby. This is specifically designed for the 3K legs. I use this ball head sometimes when I want to give my camera more flexibility when vlogging, and I want to kind of tilt it down and up. Sometimes I'll even leave this quick release plate just permanently on my Sony a7 IV for a couple weeks if I know I'm doing a lot of run and gun stuff out of the house. You of course don't have to buy this head, and I've used these legs without the head many times, but it's just nice that you have some additional flexibility. Dang, that's impressive for not doing any work on that short. I ran a bunch of tests with the Clip Anything feature on our past videos and even videos that weren't our own. And the AI is really good at finding these key moments that you want it to find. And this is even now works for clipping content that has no audio, so no talking portions in the video. Just by describing the footage that you want the AI to go focus on, maybe it's a certain B-roll sequence or something, you can just prompt the AI and you don't even have to have audio in your clip, which is pretty cool. Overall, this is a really cool update from Opus Clip here. So instead of spending a bunch of time trying to re-edit your content for repurposing, think about how you can leverage AI tools like Opus Clip to save you time and still 10x your views. And our third and final strategy is to produce what we call content marathons. Now, a content marathon is a collection of your best videos strung together in one longer, cohesive video that can range from, as short as like 30 minutes all the way up to an hour and a half or even more. Think of this as a supercut of your most valuable content organized around a specific theme or topic idea. So for example, maybe you're in the real estate niche and you could combine your best home buying tips videos and then real estate marketing insight videos into a complete 2024 home buying guide marathon. This would absolutely kill for your long form content. By leveraging these shorter videos that already exist in your content library, you're not only saving yourself time by not having to recreate a new video every single time, but also providing a binge-worthy experience for your audience. This provides them an opportunity to spend an hour or more with you rather than just 5 minutes at a time. So this is just gonna help build more trust and solidify you in their minds as a content expert. I do wanna show you one of our content marathons that we've made in the past. We did this with our phone series. We had a bunch of videos in a playlist that Sean and Heather made about making content on your phone. A lot of this was leveraging what method we call the ASQ method, or answer specific questions. Things like how to make YouTube videos on your phone. That did 3.3 million views. Or how to make YouTube thumbnails on your phone. That did 963,000 views. So a lot of these videos individually did really well. We got over 6 million views on this content series right here. But then what we decided to do is leverage all of these individual videos, put them into a long form marathon. So this is no new content, mind you. This is just repurposing each individual video and putting the videos one after another into this 39 minutes, how to make YouTube videos on your phone start to finish long form marathon video. And that video on its own did an additional 2.9 million views. These are new views separate from what the individual videos did, but it's literally the exact same content, just repurposed in a new form. So this is just one case study. We have done this in other ways. We've done best desk setups, tech equipment, and more. So what you just need to do is start thinking about how you can group your videos together and create your own content marathons. This even starts as early as the ideation phase when you're thinking about your video concepts. Not only how could you repurpose them for the short form platforms, but how could you string them out together one after another into a super long content marathon. Such a great strategy, and just lets you go really deep with your viewers. We hope that you found these strategies helpful when it comes time to repurpose your content to grow your channel. These strategies really are going to save you a lot of time. And remember, if you want to try out Opus Clip, membership. The link is down in the description below, and you'll be able to cut the line and get early access to Clip Anything just by signing up. So it's completely free to use while it's still in beta, so you should definitely take advantage of this. If you want to check out another video, click or tap the screen right here, and we'll see you in the next one.